Good evening and welcome to The Loop. I'm Valentine Jiroge.
And my name is Mike Washira.
And this is a bold and fresh look at our lives in Kenya today. COVID-19 has smacked the global economy right on the chin. And tonight we are looking at the service and entertainment industry in Kenya because they too are no exception. And we're asking, are we actually ready to reopen? Are we actually ready for business?
And what is the future of the entertainment and the service industry? We have a fantastic panel here to have that conversation, but we also want to hear what your thoughts on that are. Today is Friday. You've probably been out there enjoying something tonight, but things are as they are. So we want to hear what your opinion on this is. What is the future of the entertainment and service industry? Remember, the WhatsApp number is on the screen right now. You can send us your WhatsApp messages and also talk to us on our social media platforms using the hashtag LoopK24 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Right now, though, let's get your top stories.
Council of Governors Chair Wycliffe Oparanya revokes the suspension of county operations after Senate reached consensus on revenue sharing formula.
And I want to encourage judges and magistrates to be as bold as the judge has been today.
We have become even more stronger because of this process that our brother has gone through.
Dumisha amani na tuhakikisha kwamba sisi ni wale hatuwezi guswa ili tutingize amani.
Kapseret MP Oscar Sudi released on 500,000 shillings bail. Health experts alarmed by the return of political rallies as politicians continue to defy safety protocols. We'd like to thank our sign language interpreter, Evelyn Wangoi, tonight. And the first story, Council of Governors Chair Wycliffe Oparanya has revoked the suspension of county operations in the country after the Senate reached consensus on revenue sharing formula.
The Senate had for more than 3 months failed to resolve the dispute over the formula proposed by the Commission on Revenue Allocation.
Speaking in Bungoma while releasing the Bungoma County Performance Report, Oparanya said that counties could now do better. The governor called on the finance minister to hand over the money to counties.
After consultation, we have now lifted the close down that we had, that we announced 2 days ago.
Devolution Minister Eugene Wamalwa calling Governor Oparanya's decision wise.
In the words of Prophet Isaiah, who say, "Come, let us reason together," they were able to do this, and with the additional over 50 billion, the Senate was given a lifeline.
ODM leader Raila Odinga lauded efforts by President Uhuru Kenyatta to break the revenue sharing stalemate that had threatened to cripple county governments. On his part, Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro has criticized Senate for failing to pass the one man, one vote, one shilling formula that had been proposed by the Commission on Revenue Allocation.
Ukitumia ile pesa tulipewa siku ya jana ya 7.1 billion, mtu wa Murang'a alipewa shilingi 6,800. Na mtu wa Kenya ukifanya kitu inaitwa National Per Capita Allocation, wa Kenya wote walipata 7,800.
The one man, one vote, one shilling formula would have seen 29 counties gain more revenue, while 18 lost. Senators, however, voted to retain the old formula throughout the current financial year, after which the new one will take effect until 2025.
Kapseret MP Oscar Sudi is free at last after the High Court released him on 500,000 cash bail.
Justice Joel Ngugi overturned an earlier ruling detaining him for 7 more days to allow police to complete investigations. Justice Ngugi ruled that it was unconstitutional for a person to be held without a charge for more than 24 hours. The legislator has been barred from addressing public rallies until the hate speech probe against him is completed.
The disposition of the application then is as follows. A. The applicant, Sudi Oscar Kipchumba, shall be admitted to bail in the sum of Kenyan shillings 500,000 with respect to all the charges the state contemplates to bring against him as covered by the state's application before the lower court. Alternatively, the applicant shall be released on his own personal recognizance of Kenyan shillings 1 million and one surety of similar sum.
And I want to encourage judges and magistrates to be as bold as the judge has been today, because the biggest violators, the people who contravene the law most, are lawmakers, law enforcers, lawyers, judges, and magistrates.
Thousands of residents living along the Kasarani-Mweki Road are facing a myriad of challenges due to the incomplete roadwork in the area.
The residents feel that they have been shortchanged by the government despite numerous promises to upgrade the road, which is in a deplorable state and is taking longer than usual to complete. Georgina Magondu with that report.
4 months after the Jamkara Construction Limited started rehabilitating the road, the only significant progress on the site are the trenches that are filling up with sewage water and numerous diversions that are greatly inconveniencing pedestrians and public service vehicles.
Wako na chansi mzuri sana wakati wa kafyu au watu wanafaa kutengeneza barabara usiku. Sisi asubuhi tunapanda barabara iko sawa na tunafanya nini? Sasa kama saa hii mimi nafungaga tunaambiwa kafyu ni saa 3. Mimi nafikanga kwa nyumba mpaka saa 5. Juu barabara saa 6 ndio hii jamu inaishanga hapa Mweki.
Other than traffic nightmare that is witnessed in the evening and early morning, business along the busy road have remained closed due to the huge heaps of soil.
With time it was blocked, so we have to pass through the field, the Kasarani field. But then one challenge with that is that there's a lot of dust, so you find at times there's congestion because you see it's a one-way. And this road used to help us because it used to save time, but now you see we have to go around the field.
According to the contractor, the construction is still within the stipulated time range, with traffic control and rain having been their main hindrance.
Approximately 2 to 3 weeks, up to totally we will be able to open for traffic. Then give us another 2-3 weeks, we can be able to open this stretch.
Taki mambo kila miezi 6 barabara iko na shida. Miezi 10 barabara iko na shida. So hapo ndio tumefika na nimefurahi leo at least nimeona wako on site. Sikuwapatia notice, nilitokea tu.
In January this year, transport was paralyzed in the area for 4 days as matatu operators protested over the poor state of the road, forcing Nairobi Senator Johnson Sakaja and the Kenya Urban Road Authority to have a contractor on site to begin construction.
Kiangalia pia venye kuko lazima imwaga maji, gari kimwaga maji after 2 hours ama hata after 1 hour inakauka kabisa, vumbi inajaa, hata unapata ile mask umevaa imejaa vumbi yote.
Nimekuwa na wafanyikazi from 20 and above. Saa hii nimeenda nimepunguza, last year nikapunguza 10, now this year nimepunguza. Saa hii nimebaki tu na only 2 per attendant because hata pesa ya kuwalipa I can't afford because kazi imeathirika kabisa.
For now, residents and motorists who use the road will have to contend with daily traffic snarl-ups as they await completion of the road. Georgina Magundu, K24 for The Loop.
Some good news. The government has sanctioned the classification and designation of bamboo as a scheduled crop under the Crop Act to allow for commercialization of the plant. This means that farmers will plant it as a cash crop, a move that will boost their economy.
This was announced today during the World Bamboo Day event held at Mishuki Park. Dan Kaburu with more.
Bamboo farming in Kenya for a long time has not been embraced by many, probably for lack of knowledge on the economic and environmental benefits of the plant. During today's event to mark the World Bamboo Day, Environment CS Keriakotobiko said the cabinet has sanctioned the classification and the designation of bamboo as a scheduled crop under the Crop Act to allow its farming to be included as a cash crop.
All your cries over time for years have been heard. That is why last week in Cabinet, he directed that bamboo not only be classified as a cash crop, but that all restrictions regarding farming, regarding harvesting, regarding transportation, processing and marketing of bamboo must be addressed. To make it easier, to make it cheaper, to make it quicker for bamboo farmers to realize the fruits of their sweat.
For more than 30 years, Kenya Forest Research Institute has been doing research on the plant, with the results showing that the bamboo can be planted in all parts of the country, depending on the climate of a given region.
Most of those who are here today, we started with them from scratch to where they are, and I hope they will pull others along as we move forward to make bamboo a very, very important crop in this country.
The President directed that carefree be permitted to import 4.5 tons of seeds.
More than 50 products made from bamboo, including this bicycle, were displayed.
Baisikeli nilifikiria vile naweza unganisha baisikeli ya bamboo ndio iweze kusaidia watu. Iko baisikeli zingine zinatokaga upande ya nje, lakini saa hii tunatengenezea hapa nchini Kenya.
Among the many uses of the crop, bamboo is also edible. Dan Kaburu, K24.
Such beautiful pieces of bamboo. The recent behavior by the political class to converge political gatherings in the country has raised uproar amongst Kenyans and the Ministry of Health at large, as most of the politicians moving around the country defy health protocols laid to combat COVID-19.
And as Nixon Kisaka reports, experts warn that the situation may lead to an upsurge in COVID-19 numbers, even as Kenyans await for the curve to flatten.
Top politicians dancing to their own tune. Despite the Ministry of Health's announcement that Kenya is not out of woods, they hold gatherings oblivious of health directives given to curb the spread of coronavirus.
Let us not shy away to point out those in our midst who are not observing the measure and thereby putting the nation at risk.
Last week saw President Uhuru Kenyatta, his deputy William Ruto and ODM chief Raila Odinga address gatherings in Nairobi, Kisii and Coast respectively.
Wanasiasa, rais mwenyewe, upinzani ODM, Raila na Ruto. Wanafanya mikutano hiyo yote na bado wanatuambia social distance. Social distance yenye iko hapo watu 10,000 wako mahali pamoja.
Us young people are the leaders of tomorrow, but we don't see the example that we are seeking to follow.
The leaders engaged crowds which had many people without face masks.
They are the ones who have propagated this culture of immunity. That's why you see the political class is now taking the whole pandemic as they're using it politically.
The Ministry of Health has been calling on Kenyans to wear their masks, sanitize, keep social distance, and adhere to the dusk-dawn curfew to reduce the spread of the virus.
Whenever I have distorted information, because Kenyans are even doubting whether there was COVID, and whether it is there, whether this particular curve is flattening because of unruly behavior from the political class, really trying to really show that this thing was not there. This is not the right time to look for popularity.
Sasa mwananchi wa kawaida anashindwa ni ugonjwa ilikuwa ama ilikuwa ni nini?
Walisema tusiende kanisani, watoto wasiende shule na tusikue na mkutano, na tukiangalia wanachukua nini, wanaenda kwa mkutano, wanakusanyisha watu pamoja.
Psychology experts now advise Kenyans to be cautious and shun away from what may put their health in harm's way.
When a leader comes and really say, I think this COVID was not there, it's just a scam, that in itself creates anger. Because I have lost my business, I've lost my family, somebody has died, we buried our matriarch or our patriarch the wrong way. There are underlying emotions that we have not closed.
Now, even as the country hopes to defeat COVID-19 pandemic, the recent behavior by the political class may lead to the upsurge in new infections, if at all the situation is not rectified. Nixon Kisaka, K24 TV, Nairobi.
Tonight we are asking, what is the future for the service and entertainment industries? It's a Friday night. Many of us would not be home if it was not for Corona. And people in this industry are, of course, very severely hit by Corona.
Yeah. So we want to hear what your thoughts and opinions are on this. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests here on the show today. We have somebody from
TRA, the Tourism Regulatory Authority.
Yes. We've got one of the few female DJs in the industry, DJ D. You don't want to miss that from her. And of course, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts and opinions? Where is the future for the entertainment and service industry? The WhatsApp number is on the line. Send us your WhatsApp messages. We'll play them, we'll display them, and we'll definitely sample your thoughts and opinions. Remember, if you're online right now, you can also use hashtag #TheLoopK24 on all our social media pages. That's #TheLoopK24 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Let's take a short break. Don't go too far. More on The Loop when we return.
Yes? Oh,
okay.
Hi, Mike.
Mike Kiragu, hi.
Karibu sana.
I'm good.
Thank you so much. I love how there's a club behind you. You're fully representing bars and clubs.
Yes.
Yes?
We got it open just for
Talking
this.
to me? Huh?
Yeah, just put it there like that.
So when we talk to him, don't look at him. Just you look this way, your camera is on you. When we speak to him, we will... What are we doing?
Yeah, we're still looking at the camera.
Yeah, we're still looking at the
Yeah,
camera.
we're not
We're still doing a split screen. So, Mike, don't feel like we're ignoring you if we don't look at you. We're looking at the camera. Sawa, sawa?
I can't see you. So
Oh,
it's
you
like-
can't see
Oh, you
us.
can't see
Oh,
us
God.
yet.
Oh, yes, it's not Zoom. It's
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you can't even see us, yeah. It's
Yes,
just a camera
you
in front
can't.
of him. Yeah.
Thank you for accommodating us so quickly on your holiday. He's on holiday at the coast and we are sumbuing him.
One of you?
No, he's a guest. He's like you.
Yes, sir.
It's,
Mike, are you bringing us back or do you want me to? Okay. Then, okay, so I'll introduce, then I'll ask the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you can just follow up with any questions.
Yeah.
So, you would be where tonight?
Maybe somewhere out of Nairobi.
Gigs.
You guys, can you say something? Hi. We just want to do a mic check.
Hi, 1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Wait, one at a time. Go ahead. Ladies first.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Are you guys good on DJD? Okay. And then Frederick Komondi.
Hi, 1, 2, 3. Hi, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Are you happy? Okay. Welcome back to The Loop. This is a bold and fresh look at our lives in Kenya today. And tonight we are asking, what is the future for the service and the entertainment industry? And we've been joined by an amazing panel. I will start by introducing you, DJ D. You look lovely. I love those earrings.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You fully look like an entertainer. And Mr. Frederick Omondi, you are the Director for Standards and Quality Control with the Tourism Regulatory Authority.
Correct.
Hey, the Kikuyu in me.
This has betrayed you.
It really has. And we've also been joined by Mike Kirago, who is in Mombasa, and he is a representative from PERAC, which is the Pubs, Entertainers, Restaurants and Owners Association in Kenya. Mike Kirago, okay, he'll be joining us.
Hello.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
there
yes.
you are. There you are. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Let's just start very quickly. How many people, I think I'll ask you, Bwana Director, how many people are employed by the service and entertainment industry?
I may not have the precise figures, but
give us an estimate.
An estimate of, say, about 300,000.
300,000.
Because the entire industry, we are having an estimate of 1.6 million. So, and of course, the service and entertainment industry is quite wide.
Yes.
And has a lot of employees, direct and indirect. The number can be estimated at around 300.
300,000.
Or more. That is an estimate.
So that they make a big part of the 1.7 million Kenyans that we saw a headline a few weeks ago that lost their jobs.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
How has this affected you?
We're not making any money. Let's start from there. We do not. From, I think, March, since they had the lockdown and everything, we've not worked. And there's no way to make any money. Yeah.
And you're one of the few female DJs that we have out there who's very consistent with the gigs that you do.
Yeah.
So, so that has taken a really big toll on, you know, your ability to be able to go out there and work. Okay.
Yeah.
Mike, Mr. Kirago, I'd like to ask you, what are the top 3 effects for pub owners, entertainers, and also restaurant owners?
The biggest effect is loss of income. As you can see, a lot of bars closed officially in March and have not been opened until today. So the people are being followed by landlords. Some have closed for good. An example is where I'm sitting, Club Hypnotica in Mombasa, which is empty on a Friday. All I can see is stacked chairs all around me.
Okay.
So from March, there've been no business from March.
Okay. And as you see these political rallies happening and thousands of people literally congregating, what does that say to you from PERAC?
It says a lot of things. We all feel pain when we see what we are being told not to do being effected out there. But as business people, we have to leave the politics to the politicians and make sure we get back to business.
Okay, good answer, good answer. Is this an opportunity, Mr. Director, to sell Kenya to Kenyans as a tourism destination?
Absolutely. You see, the positive side of COVID-19 is that there are lessons that we have learned and which actually has thrown us back to do a serious soul searching and look behind, inward, and think of capitalizing on domestic, local and domestic and regional tourism, which have actually been lying untapped, but there is a lot of potential. And of course, you are aware most of the leading destinations have a very strong domestic tourism as a supporting basis for international campaign. That is a fact.
Let me ask a question, because you know the tradition with Kenyans is that most of us don't travel. You know, we only travel if we're going up country for a function or something. But when we do decide that we want to travel, it's usually at the end of the year when you're saved and you're like, yeah, now it's this 2 weeks of December, let me go to Mombasa or let me go somewhere. How do we break out of that culture where we, you know, encourage Kenyans to see Kenya?
Of course, you are aware that what you have said is right, but right for the previous age, a particular age group of which we are not discussing now.
In a DJD.
No, not really. The DJs and DJs are actually going to transform the industry.
Yeah.
These are what we are calling the digital natives.
Right.
People who are born in the digital era,
Yes.
internet era.
Yeah.
They have got nothing to do with traditional attachment to our local homes. In fact, if you want to discuss with them about those local rural homes, they're not interested.
Right.
But these are people who love traveling. They are adventurous. They want to explore.
Yeah.
They want things that excite them.
Yeah.
They want things that they can share with friends. So they are really going to push local traveling. So that is the way, the direction this country should focus on and capitalize on. And of course, the majority of them are employing.
Yeah.
They have some bit
The
of
disposable income.
Disposable
Right.
income.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
We seem to sell Kenya as a very five-star, luxury, prestigious destination. So for your regular Kenyan, you know, can I see Lake Turkana by Matatu? Is that even a possibility? I think maybe that's something that the tourism ministry or whatever should consider. Because have you ever thought, do you even travel locally and think I can do this on a budget?
Okay, so I'll just give you a very good example. For example, like, I've never seen Lake Turkana.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen it on a map, like, on YouTube. I've never been to Turkana, you know. And so you hear people, like, for example, going to Dubai to do the desert safaris.
Exactly.
Why can't I do a desert safari in Chalbi Desert?
Start
yeah.
with ours.
You know,
Yes, start with ours.
But I think also it's hard to get there, to be honest. I think the flights started flying there recently.
Yeah.
The roads are really bad too, and it's really far to Chalbi, I think. And then also right now I think we are traveling a lot. People are really traveling because first of all, the rates have gone down.
Yeah.
Like giraffe, what is it called? Giraffe Mana?
Yes.
They said for local tourists, and it brought a lot of hit around.
Yes.
They said it's going to be half price, or those are places we would not be going on
Traditional.
yeah. But
no,
now everything is like half. Flights are really cheap right now.
Yeah.
People want to go to Mombasa. The hotels are half price and everything. I think that's
Okay.
why we are traveling more.
Let me ask you, what has Corona taught you about your particular work in the entertainment industry?
Don't rely on one income.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's one thing I think so many people have learned. There are people who we don't have a saving culture.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the problems we have. And I think this Corona has really taught us how to, next time when it's all over and we're back to work and everything, we're going to look at other things to do apart from just being a DJ full time.
Okay.
Yeah, and having a
Okay.
I'd like to ask Mike Kiragu. Mike, I hope you're still with us. Okay, great.
Yes, I am.
I'd like to ask Mike. Right now, you know, there's this whole talk about let's reopen, let's look at how we can reopen entertainment sports, right? And you're sitting there in a place that would have been so full on a Friday night. Thinking about how full that place would have been, how would you go about making it a safe environment? Yeah, a safe environment for revelers. You know, right now you're thinking that, you know, that's a club that could pack anywhere from 500 to, you know, maybe even 1,000 people. So how practical is it to have people come in at this time? And what are the practical things that you feel bars and, you know, entertainment spots can do to make the environment safer for revelers?
Yes, there's a very good example. There's a lot of restaurants that had opened with the famous one sausage and two beers. To get to that place, they had gotten a Form C, which was a COVID license, which if you had gone to any of those places, the tables were spaced out, the area was mapped out properly where people could sit, how many could there. All the bar counters had been shut down. So they were following protocols. In the entry of all of those places, there was a hand wash basin, sanitizer everywhere. So as we are moving forward, we have been in discussions with the National Command of COVID. We have been in discussions with the Ministry of Health. And we have been putting in place protocols in which would let us reopen. So right now we are just waiting on those protocols to go through so that we can reopen.
Mr. Director, what are some of, I mean,
Yes.
this is the new normal. As much as we're saying post-COVID, we don't know when that is and what that will take. There's talk of a vaccine, but still it's years away. So this is how we're going to be doing business for the foreseeable future. What are some of the measures that you're, insisting that the tourism industry or the entertainment industry puts in place?
To start with, we are all aware that COVID-19 is a health issue. It's a global health problem. And of course, from the global perspective, the UNWTO, United Nations World Tourism Organization, in collaboration with the World Tourism and Travel Council, gave guidance to countries guidelines in terms of protocol, global protocols in which nationals could domesticate and work out their own, tailor-make their own protocols to guide the industry in gradual reopening. So those protocols, as a country, through the leadership of the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, the Honorable Cabinet Secretary, Balala, and our institution, the Tourism Regulatory Authority, we have worked so hard to domesticate the protocols which are suitable for guiding the industry during and post-COVID period. But I would like to point out that the protocols are standard-based, they are guidelines. And because they are standard-based, they are things that we must look forward and start thinking of how to mainstream them into our national standards, to be part of what we call the new norm.
Like what?
Okay, broadly speaking, of course, we are talking about the health, the social distancing that has come with the emergence of coronavirus.
Yes.
We are also considering handling of surfaces and keeping distance or how you interact with guests. These are health and sanitation issues, practices that will remain with us.
Okay.
So,
I was away this week and I was told that even some foods cannot be served right now thanks to COVID. Like this, cold cuts, cold meat, cheese, and things like that that people would have on the buffet, even salad. All those regulations have now changed. So these are some of the measures.
Those will border on food safety and hygiene, which we have already developed standards to govern that. But talking about specifically regarding to COVID, it is a question of who is serving. Buffet is usually a self-service, and of course, you normally see how it is handled. Every guest goes and touches a spoon to serve themselves, the same spoon. So that one, there is a provision for to guard against that. So it can only be done either directly by the chefs or waiters, specifically doing the service for all the guests attending a meeting, for example, or dedicated staff that are properly and appropriately dressed with PPEs.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this is interesting because it also changes the number of staff that an organization will need, and perhaps even spacing, the size of dining halls will now have to be altered. So we'll need bigger spaces.
Correct.
Just to have the same number of people, even because serving, like the thing is there, you can't be speaking it so that you can't spit in the food and all that stuff. Okay. Have you migrated digitally?
Kinda, but the thing is, it doesn't pay. Yeah,
but I think you're just putting like WhatsApp numbers there, like send some money. And
how much have you sent so far?
You have question.
No, I mean, you see all those numbers. This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you put the number there, but
no one sends anything.
I mean, we're Kenyans. You just don't send money.
Well, also we've all been punched economically by COVID.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Some
so
of
many
that
people have
going
been
on
affected.
as well.
Yeah, it's not just the entertainers. It's every industry in their own way.
Would you be scared to perform? Would you be scared to turn up in a bar or in a club?
To be honest, no. Because right now, looking at the political rallies, to be honest, there wasn't any measure. And you will get this thing at some point. It's a virus, it's not going anywhere. But people are saying minimum, because now we are we're the new age. The virus might be we might be over it in 3 years. So, I mean, we just not learn how to live with it.
Yeah, so think about this now. So for 3 years, if you had to only work in the virtual space, have you seen anything other DJs are doing internationally that you're like, okay, that works, and I think I'd like to adapt that?
I've seen some digital concerts. They're doing it on YouTube. I think we've tried some in Kenya. Some are doing well, very few. Like the album launches we've seen with Sauti Sol and everything. It's kind of working because they have sponsors and every other thing. But EABL is affected by this whole thing. So I don't think they would be in a position to sponsor each and every artist or each and every DJ and all that.
Yeah. So for you, it's looking for the people who can sponsor
Yes.
So making your DJing an event rather than just playing music.
Yeah.
So that you can get sponsors on board.
Yes.
And that sort of thing.
which is very hard to get sponsors right now. Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd also like to know. Okay, you were going to say something, Mike?
No. I mean that's and like I say that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Is there a way that you can crowdsource?
Crowdsource how?
Yeah, crowdsource now. Mchango. You tell guys.
Digital chama.
A digital chama, and you tell guys. Yeah, you tell guys. I am going to have this event on Friday, and today is Monday, so it's going to be an only fans event. So that then, it's only the people who pay who can access you.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible, but very hard. In the beginning, they were doing one with the there's a guy in the States who was getting DJs, and they were doing the virtual thing and everything. And to be honest, it's the Kenyans living in the US who were giving people money or giving money for the DJ who's playing at that time. In Kenya, it's not decent money, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. There are people who are trying to help out the DJs, but it's going to be hard. We actually need everything to go back to normal. We need the clubs, we need the concerts. Yeah.
Okay. So this is our question today, is the service and entertainment industry, what is the future? And our WhatsApp line is right on the screen. We would love to hear from you. Is it time to open the entertainment industry, especially now that we've seen all these political rallies and we've got DJ D saying, utapata corona.
Well, it's, she's talking about it it's a virus and it's going around, so chances are that many people will contract it. Mike Kiragu from Perak.
Yes.
A few, I don't know if it was a few weeks ago, I saw a meeting where you were all calling for audience with the president. Did that ever happen?
When the president spoke, I think that's about, we've had several meetings, not directly with the president, but we have been heard on several levels. We've worked on these protocols together, the Ministry of Health under the National COVID Command Center.
Okay.
So we are getting somewhere, and we are very hopeful.
Let me ask you something, because right now what we're seeing is a situation where people are at home and they're able to order their drinks to come to the house. And so with that in mind, and now we've gone through 4 or 5 months of, being able to just on a weekend be at home, order your drinks, they come to you. I don't have to go through the hassle of coming to look for parking at an entertainment spot. I don't have to go through the hassle of, dealing with rowdy revelers. I don't have to deal, with the whole hassle and bustle of just going out on any given night. Do you think it's going to be a struggle to get people to come back?
Personally, I don't. First of all, we are raising a lot of psychological issues by the home drinking. With the children at home, domestic violence is going up, I heard by 47% or something like that. There's high cases of depression. Drinking at home is not the answer. We have Nakada doing at the moment a campaign against drinking at home. So what we'll do is we'll open these places up, we'll social distance. The whole point of these clubs and bars and restaurants is a place to socialize, to go out and meet people You will not find a wife sitting at home drinking, my brother.
All right, Mike Iragu, they are very confident that people are going to be able to be drawn back to the entertainment joints. Let's just see what some of you are saying. Remember, the question today we're asking is, what is the future for the entertainment industry? What is the future for the service industry as well? And the WhatsApp number is on the line. Please send us your thoughts and opinions, and also using the hashtag #TheLoopK24. All right, engaging all human senses is the future of entertainment, making the experience to feel as real as possible, as intense as survivable. But let's see the aspects of how entertainment will develop and where the evolution has begun. After all, entertainment will be always the part of human spendings, and by 2030, particular expenditure is expected to grow. That's an interesting
Good point.
That's a very interesting thought there.
I like that. As intense as is survivable.
Yeah, as is survivable. All right, let's see what else you're saying. COVID isn't there anymore. Things should go to normal routing. I don't think that's true. We can see the numbers coming from the Ministry of Health. And so the whole idea is that even though the numbers are going lower, we still need to be able to protect ourselves and our loved ones as well. Remember, here on K24, we're also airing live EPL matches every Saturday. So we have got Leeds versus Fulham United tomorrow at 2 p.m. Make sure you don't go anywhere, because that match is going to be moto sana. All right? That's tomorrow here at K24, 2 p.m. We're going to take a short break on The Loop. We'll be back more with our panelists, and of course, keep bringing your thoughts and opinions, and we'll sample them after the break.
Welcome back to The Loop, a bold and fresh look at our lives in Kenya today. And we're looking at the service and the entertainment industry. So many of our lives have changed drastically, where we're entertaining ourselves at home, and many of us are hungry for entertainment and also for the service industry to reopen. We've been joined by a person from Perak, Mike Kirago. Are you with us? Mike?
Yes, I'm still here.
I have a question regarding real estate. We've seen the nature of work is changing as more and more people work from home. Business owners are asking, do I need all of this office space? You're having the opposite problem where people in entertainment and service, restaurants will now need bigger spaces to accommodate the same number of people they had before. How do you think this will change? Will rents drop so that people can then take bigger spaces? Are you lobbying landlords to drop rent? Or are you going to pass on the cost to us so it becomes very expensive to go out? Where do you see this? How do you see this playing out?
This is a very big issue at the moment because a lot of places right now are in arrears with their landlords if they've not closed altogether already. So talking with landlords, we are starting off in the back foot already. So it's going to be a very tough conversation.
So where do you see that money coming from? Because if your restaurant could say have 100 people and now with social distancing you're doing 50, but your rent is still, X, then is it me who's going to end up paying double so that I can continue to eat out? Or are you, what do you see happening there?
With the current corona money crisis, I don't think you'd have money to pay double, first of all. So we are in a very sad situation where if we do not get the landlords to drop the rates, we'll have to move. The nature of business is changing as we speak. Corona has taught us very many things. So I think the small-sized bars and restaurants for the moment are a thing of the past, because it would not make sense for someone in such an establishment to even reopen.
Good point.
So we would be looking for new spaces, new entrants into the market. If the people who have been in the market longer could have discussions with their landlords about maybe verandas outside, anything to get more space. It's a new frontier for everybody.
Okay.
And Mike, we're seeing like there's some entertainment spots that are doing some really interesting things in terms of trying to ensure that the environment is safe. I think we saw a bar somewhere trying to put cubicles for revelers who want to come and enjoy in the place. What are some of the practical measures that you think can actually be taken? And does it mean now that bar owners, we are going to have to police each and every single patron to ensure that social distance is kept, to ensure that because once people get into the mood, you want to hug, you want to high five each other, you want to do all sorts of things. How are you practically going to ensure then that that doesn't happen?
Compliance.
With the new protocols that we have been working on with the government, we are going to try as hard as we can. We are putting contingencies in place with the social distancing, with the number of people allowed in a bar at any given time. There's only so much you can do. But we are going to try our hardest to do what we can.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
DJ D. There was a time there was 100 million which was given out for artists, and Val and I were about to release an EP.
We had a duet.
We had like a collab happening over here. We were like, angling for that money. Did you receive any of it?
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing.
Not a coin. Do you know anybody who received that money?
I actually don't know, to be honest. I don't know anybody who received that money.
Has it actually been made clear how they'll disburse the money?
No, but I heard it was given out. I just don't know to who. I heard it was given out, and it's over. Like, we don't have any more money, the 100 million. But Me personally, I don't know.
Okay.
Anybody who's gotten it.
Do DJs have an association, like, you know, because other people in the service industry have their associations and their unions and that sort of thing?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
How strong is it?
I don't know what to say.
do you feel it's present as a DJ?
I don't, because maybe they should have fought for us to get the money, because at some point people were saying, oh, DJs are not supposed to get it. We are I think in the artists in Kenya, we are the ones who work the most, to be honest. I think we're the biggest artists. Yeah, I think we should have gotten something, but people were saying, oh, DJs, no, because there's an association for the artists, the musicians now, that they're registered and everything. We are, but we're not very strong, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if the government, like, if right now you could talk to somebody who can release some resources from treasury or something, what would you say to the government? What kind of support you as a DJ do? You know, we always say Serikali's idea. What is that idea?
I think we would want some money.
Everybody wants some money.
Yeah, we would want some money, because
government
now
bailout.
Yes, yes.
But what about training for DJs to learn how to invest their money, to learn how to, you know, really practical
or even
things
grow
like that?
digitally, you know, that kind of thing.
Make Wi-Fi for DJs a bit cheaper so you can go live online, you know, something like.
Okay, that would work. That would work in the long run. But for now, we've not been working for 6 months. I mean, what do we need more? Yeah, that should come later when we are earning again, and then you'll give us training on how to spend our money, invest our money, and everything. But now, you're telling us to invest which money? Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Mwandi, I would like a hard-hitting fact from you, actually. As the regulator, you're privy to a lot of information from very many parts of the industry, service, entertainment, everything. You have a good overview. What are some of the opportunities you see that maybe aren't being taken up enough in this industry?
First things first, and I want to start by what she has just said. We need some money. And I would want to advise her that, yes, the government listened to the cry of the citizens, and particularly the industry players, and came up with a stimulus package. And the Kenya Tourism Finance Corporation, and for all the industry players, pubs and entertainment included, you only must have regularized your business with the Tourism Regulatory Authority, the regulator of the sector, and then you apply. So follow up immediately with your colleagues. But it is also important to encourage your members to work under formal industry-specific, subsector industry-specific associations. Like PERAC, I'm aware they are aware of that incentive. And it's only important that you work through the associations, because these protocols we are referring to as Magical Kenya, Magical Kenya Tourism and Travel, Tourism and Travel Health and Safety Protocol are being implemented or administered at 2 levels, at the association level and at the TRA level. So the self-regulation takes place at the association level, and this one you share a lot of information on how to comply with the protocols that are provided, and you also get the information on the various areas the government is offering assistance. Like what I've just shared.
Okay.
And our offices are also accessible. We are spread throughout the country. We have a significant presence in the coast. Mombasa and Malindi.
Okay.
We are present in North Rift, Eldoret, Kisumu, Nakuru, Nyeri, and of course the headquarters is in Nairobi. So all the industry players, this is a very comprehensive protocol that covers all subsectors, including SMEs, and that opportunity is available. What they need to do is to work closely with TRA. We have a technical team that will offer technical advisory services to advise the industry, and of course help walk the industry through this pandemic period.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And one thing I also want to emphasize is on that the CS, the Hon Balala, worked very hard to get an endorsement with the World Travel and Tourism Council.
Right.
That sends a message to the world that Kenya is a safe destination with appropriate and adequate measures to guarantee the safety of guests when they are enjoying their holiday in our destination.
Okay. So
those
Kenya
are things,
is open for business?
It's open for business.
Okay.
What we are lacking is the industry to be, are they ready to position themselves to join the next competitive level,
right,
where both the local and international travelers are going to be asking, are these facilities we are going to visit compliant with the the COVID protocols and those safety standards, which are very important.
I think that makes sense. DJG, what's the final word that you would give to Kenyans who are hoping that in the next announcement by the president, the country will be open?
Let's all pray they open.
We see you behind the decks at
yes,
some,
let's
at
all
some
pray,
party
please. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
And finally, Mike Kiragu, what words of encouragement do you have for Kenyans who are eagerly waiting for the joints such as the one you're at right now to be opened?
Well, as they can see, we've been working hard for the last 6 odd weeks to fight for our members to be open for their establishments. And of the opinion that we have reached the zenith of the mountain. So I'm really hopeful during the next announcement we are going to be somewhere.
Okay. Are you ready to open? Are the members of
Yes,
FAC
we
ready
are.
to
We
open?
Yes, we have been following all the protocols that are set in.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Michael Kirago. Thank you for letting us intrude on your vacation at the coast. Asante sana, we appreciate you. And thank you to DJ D and Frederick Omondi. Asanteni sana for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
It seems we're ready to reopen.
Personally, I am very ready.
You're ready to work.
Yes.
And make a living.
Yeah.
And be a productive Kenyan.
Yeah.
Okay. We're waiting. Okay, the regulations are here. So now it's just to wait for what the president has to say. Hopefully on Monday.
Hopefully too.
Okay, it has been an amazing Friday evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on The Loop. We are, again, a bold and fresh look at our lives in Kenya today. If there's something you'd like us to discuss or somebody you would like us to host, then feel free to also share with us. Again, we are The Loop on K24 on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and we are hashtag The Loop K24. We'd love to hear your feedback and your suggestions. Have an amazing weekend. Mike has left to have some kanywaji somewhere.
Hey, me, I'm over here enjoying as usual.
We have our own service and entertainment industry here in the studio.
Okay, as usual, I'm here at the Tamu Tamu Bar with my good friend Mark from Mawimbi Seafood, who is here. We call him Mr. Fix It. What does he fix? The most amazing cocktails ever. All right, so the loop comes to an end, but of course, remember, Unplugged is up next, a platform where we give all the creatives that we can get an opportunity to talk about their craft. And today I have an amazing guest, Doreen Mumbua, otherwise known as the Mumbua. We'll be speaking with her about her music in a short while as I enjoy the cocktails from Mark, courtesy of Mawimbi Seafood. Don't go too far. So, what are we doing today? Cheers. How do you say cheers in your language? Let me know. You can use the hashtag #TheLoopK24. How do you say cheers in your local language? I'm here enjoying this cocktail courtesy of Mark from Mawimbi Seafood. Mark, what is this?
This is an amazing fix.
It's amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's a cooler for the long day, the sunny weather.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a cooler. Just
I could do like 20 of this. And this is a mocktail.
This is a mocktail. No
Okay,
alcohol.
what's the ingredients?
The ingredients is basically lime juice,
Right.
some apple juice inside, and topped up with tonic just to fizz your mouth.
How do you get the portions right?
Experience.
Like, hey, man, actually, me, I would mess this up at home. It seems easy to make, but I'm telling you, man, just 1 minute. Cheers, Mark.
Cheers.
Welcome to Unplugged. My name is Mike Washira, and tonight we have a fantastic guest with us here. She's called Doreen Mumbua, known as the Mumbua as well. She's here in studio. Wait, I have a guest, Bwana. You cannot let her just sit there like...
Let me fix her. Let me fix her.
So make something for her.
Yeah, of course.
I'm here with our guest today. Welcome to Unplugged.
Thank you.
And this is Doreen Mumbua. I'm sorry, I have a drink. Mark is making one for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the entertainment industry on Unplugged.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about how the entertainment industry has taken a big hit now with COVID-19. You know, people can't perform.
Yeah.
How are artists making a living?
First of all, for me it's a challenge because I started my career this year. I started singing in February.
Yeah.
That's when I released my first song.
Yeah.
And I was so excited because I knew, Sasa, this
Yeah.
is it,
Yeah.
you know. But Sasa, after March, unasikia tena kuna COVID,
Yeah.
you're like, what do you do?
You're like,
do
you
you
should have
stop?
waited.
Yeah, I should have waited and start maybe whenever this is over. But Sasa nikakuwa like, let me just do what I have to do. I don't have to stop. Let me do another song.
Yeah.
Let me do, if things, vitu ziki open up, then kila kitu itakuwa fresh.
Yeah, itakuwa fresh. That's true. And you began music at a very early age. You said singing in church first, right?
Of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody starts in church. Like everybody
Even
starts in church.
Beyonce starts.
Yeah, like for me, if you're an artist who has gone through church and then becomes secular and you're doing your thing, I know you're an established artist. Because church is brutal. Those guys that don't play. They don't play. Like, what are you doing? Nonsense. You know,
Wow.
so they don't play. So you began your training in church, right? And then when did you decide that, okay, now I want to go into music?
Well, I think I enjoyed being around musicians a lot because I started in church, and then from there I was just going to studios, doing BGVs for artists, hanging around producers, just making music.
Yeah.
So I have just been in the music scene.
Yeah.
Hata kama ni hapo tuko background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was this after? So I saw that you had gone to college, and then you decided to give music a chance.
Yeah.
So did you complete what had taken you to college? What were you studying?
I was doing PR.
Okay.
But I didn't finish.
Yeah. So
Maybe
you went
for
to do
another
music.
day.
Yeah. So you decided
Yeah, so I decided to do music because I really love music.
But
Music
that's
is
such a
everything.
brave choice to make, because think about it, PR and music go together. You know, so if it was something that you decided, you know, I'm going to stick with this thing, and then, you know, I'll use it as a platform to promote my own music, that probably would have worked just as well.
Well, I'll still go
You
back.
use, yeah, but there's still opportunity. So
Yeah.
then you decided that you're going to do, you know, immerse yourself into the music environment.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you started doing background, you know, BGVs, background vocals, and all that. Was it difficult finding a space for yourself at that point?
Well, I think I was really young. I didn't know exactly what I wanted. I didn't know I was just having fun. I think that was the idea. I was just having fun. I was going to studio, jamming into people's songs. A band started, I just joined. I wanted to just, you know, I was just enjoying myself. I wasn't taking music as a business at that point. Yeah.
And then, so around 2015, you decided enough.
Yeah, I took.
I'm done. What a guy.
Yeah.
What happened?
So So in 2015, I think I had some mental issues with myself. I wasn't comfortable with myself. And then I was just going through a lot of things as a person.
Did you feel that you were very young for the industry at that time?
Yeah, I think that was it as well. So, and then I was just feeling like I need to do something else too, because you can't just do music peke yake.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what else do I need to do for me to, to do my music? So it was really sad that I had to, like let go of music for some time, and then I went into fitness.
Yeah, because I've seen you doing like your fitness thing. So was this what took, because you had a big break from 2015 to 2020.
Yeah.
So in between then,
the first 2 years were for me just finding myself, knowing like I wanted to know like exactly what I need to do with myself. So in those 2 years I was just finding myself. I was just being there doing nothing. And then now in 2017 near the end, and 2018, that's when I started my fitness journey. Yeah, because I didn't like how I looked, so I started by just changing myself, changing my body, because I was really big. I didn't like it, so I just started with that.
Do you find Kenyans are bullies? Like we attack people about their body and the way people look.
Yeah.
And as you think about that, I'm feeling really bad that I'm here with a drink and you don't have one. So let me get one from Mark here. Remember Mark from, hey, Mark must really like you, because my drink is colorless.
Hey, this looks so good.
There you go. Okay, so yeah, I think, Kenyans really body shame a lot. And as an artist, did you feel that you had pressure to look a certain way? Like, to dress a certain way, to be a certain body size, to conform to the standards of what we think a female musician should look like? Actually,
before I started singing, I was looking to look a certain way. I was looking to look I wanted to I wanted to look very, 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 very nice. But then I was like, I'm still on that journey. I'm still working out. I'm not going to stop. So let me continue working out as I tell my fitness story, as I change myself, as I change my body. Let me just put it in my journey, because you can't wait until you're perfect. Kwanza fitness becomes addictive sana, because you might think that you're there. People think you're there, but you yourself, you're like,
your biggest,
there's a certain
critic.
there's a certain place you really want to be. And then another thing, it's for my mental strength. Actually, I've gained a lot of mental strength.
It's helped with your mental health? Huh?
Yeah, it's up. It has really, really helped me in terms of my mental. Because right now, I'm able to just pull and do a music video. I was just singing songs, but I was like, I'm not ready for a music video. I don't feel ready. Yeah. But you see, this thing has given me confidence, so which is another plus.
No, I like that. I like that. And so in February of this year, you released Caribbean. And so this is interesting, because it's got something to do with your fitness journey as well. And Caribbean is essentially you saying that a woman can also shoot her shot at a guy.
Yeah.
And so what I found interesting is that this song, Caribbean, you wrote it in the gym.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about that. Like how...
Actually, yeah, Caribbean, when I was working out, so you see those guys, kuna wale watu kuja gym, you see them, you're like, this guy looks amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy was really hot, honestly. And for me, I was like, what do I tell this guy? I can't meet him. I can't talk to him because I'm a shy girl. I was like, I can't. Let me just write a song. Says him Caribbean. Wacha tu niandike song about it. And he doesn't even know that.
You didn't even put him in the video. Like, you'd have told him, this song is about you actually. But then say,
I put someone who looks like him so that I can feel better.
Okay, so that's what you essentially wrote the song.
Yeah, I wrote the song about someone I really liked at the gym.
Did you ever tell him?
Yeah, no, he
so
doesn't know.
Do you still work out together?
I see him once in a while.
He doesn't know he has inspired such a great piece of art.
I can't tell him. I can't tell him. Oh, I wish I would, but.
But what's your opinion about women shooting their shot? Because most guys think that if a woman comes and
some of us have been into rock bottom, so you might get rejected, and then it hurts you so bad.
And then you be like Adele, you make a fantastic album about rejection.
I don't have that strength yet. No, me, I fear rejection. Honestly, I fear rejection. So for me, I'm not like let him tell me.
Okay. Okay, so I think if we have the song Caribbean, maybe we can play it so that people get to understand what exactly this song is about and the inspiration behind it. So I think we should play the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play. So listen, also you can ask Mumbua, the Mumbua, any questions that you want to ask her on our Ask Me Anything segment. Remember, you can send that in using the hashtag TheLoopK24, and also the WhatsApp number is on the screen right now. What do you want to know about the Mumbua? She's our artist today on Unplugged, and here is her song Caribbean.
Nashikwa na kiwewe, juu wewe umeweza sana, na baba ikabana kama wewe akiona nyama. Tell me this is just a dream, I'm a fantasy. Hey, so baby you're the one I want, baby you're the one I need. Penzi hebu kaa na mi, we unanifaa for real. Baby you're the one I want, baby you're the one I need. Penzi hebu kaa na mi, we unanifaa for real, yeah. Caribbean, njoo nikupe mapenzi baby. Caribbean, inaniwasha, ninakutaka. Caribbean, let's put it down tonight. Caribbean, baby. Caribbean, baby. Baby, you're the one I want. Baby, you're the one I need. Penzi hebu kaa na mi, we unanifaa for real. Baby, you're the one I want. Baby, you're the one I need. Penzi hebu kaa na mi, we unanifaa for real, yeah. Njoo nikupe mapenzi baby. Oh, inaniwasha, ninakutaka. Let's put it down tonight. Caribbean, hey, Caribbean, baby. Caribbean, baby. Oh Lord, Caribbean, baby. Caribbean, baby.
And there you go. Caribbean, courtesy of the Mumbua, who I have here in studio, and our drinks courtesy of Mark from Mawimbi Seafood. Mark Akopoa Maze. I think after this I'm going to come and get some recipes from you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you like to drink?
Wow, can someone do this at home by the way?
Yes. Can do this at home, yeah.
Sawa.
Alright, after this tunaandika notes.
Tunaenda.
Tunaenda hapo. Alright. Najua watu wao wanauliza hizi ni gani? And hizi ni gani is actually a title of one of your songs. What is it about?
Actually, for me, I write my songs. All my songs are true stories. The songs that I've written so far, they all talk about things that have happened to me.
Right.
Like Caribbean, it's been something that happened at the gym. Kizinigani, it's something that happened to me in 2013.
Okay.
It's a song about I was dating this guy. And then you see the way you're with someone thick and thin, you're there, you're providing, you're actually doing you're doing the most in that relationship.
You were doing the most.
Yeah, I was doing the most in the relationship. And this person goes ahead and gets someone else pregnant. And then you're like asking yourself, manze, hizi ni gani? Umekuwa hapo, umefanya kila kitu, manze. Hata wengine walikuwa tu wanakula kwa macho, but huwezi wagawa kwa sababu you're focused on this guy. Alafu, hizi ni gani yo?
Yeah. See,
it's really a sad song.
Yeah, the soundtrack to your life is going to be a fantastic album. I'm just saying, like you're talking about like really issues.
Yeah, real
Things that
issues.
happen.
Yeah, things that have, especially to me. So yeah.
Okay, and so that's a fantastic place to draw inspiration from.
Yeah.
And so, how many songs do you have out right now? Because I know there's Hizi Nigani, there's Caribbean, there's Skiza.
There's Skiza.
Yeah.
Skiza, I just have 3 songs.
Okay.
Yeah. Skiza is the latest one.
Yeah. Okay, for an artist who started like professionally in February of this year, having 3 songs out, 3 videos out, like you've been hard at work, even with COVID.
Yeah. Because actually, this is what I told myself when I was at the gym. I was like, I really want to do music. I was feeling sick when I'm there and people are doing amazing stuff. People are doing music, and then I'm asking myself, this is what I have. What am I doing with it? I need to get out of this. I need to do it. So, and then I told myself, once I start, there's no stopping, no matter what. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to run with it, no matter what. So I'm just chasing that dream of, I remembered I said I started. So regardless of the COVID, at some point I was like, I need to take a break. I need to just relax. Like, of course, the first few months of COVID, kila mtu alikuwa like, let's just, let's relax. But you see, artists were releasing songs. I was like, I'm an artist as well.
Yeah,
I
started. Be out there doing something.
I should do something. So yeah.
Okay. So you're probably, sitting there, and right now in your life, somebody has done something and you're asking, Hizi ni gani? What is this you're doing? So this song might actually resonate with you, Hizi ni gani, courtesy of the Mumbua right here on Unplugged. Let's watch this video and then let us know what you think about the song. Remember, you can use the hashtag #TheLoopK24. This is Unplugged, and enjoy the tune.
So fresh. Ulisema nikupe muda kiasi na kisha tajanipa nafasi tuwe pamoja. Together forever. Ona sasa ushampa yule bima na hata chanzo kuishi kwako. Let's take a break. You said to me, nilikuamini sana na katika hali mbaya nilikuwa nawe. Nilidhamini haya isitoshe brother, nilikupenda milele. Let's take a break, let's take a break, let's take a break. You said to me, oh yeah, hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani baby we, penzi we. Hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani baby we, penzi we. I never told you lies or even tried to hide. Mapenzi yangu kwako ni true. Nilisema kwamba bora uhai, nitangoja hadi niwahi. Cheki sasa ni my disappointments too. Wengine walikula kwa macho, kwa macho. Sikuweza kuwagawa mini wako tu, juu mini wako tu. Hata yule beste yako ningempa chance to, mpa chance to. Can't believe I was just a faithful fool, faithful fool. Hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani, roho ya waka moto. I'm burning, yeah. Hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani baby we, penzi we. Oh, hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani baby we, penzi we. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey, hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani baby we, yeah. Penzi we, yeah. Oh, hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani, hizi ni gani baby we, penzi we.
Mark, excuse Mark, hii inaenda kuisha. Can we do something about it?
Yes,
we can. Eh?
Yes.
All right, okay. Yeah, thanks for that. All right, so Hizi ni gani, and that is the Mumbua who I have here on Unplugged today, and we're discussing her music and her musical journey as well. You know what I like about your sound is that this kind of sound doesn't box you as an artist who is like, either a club artist or a mellow artist. The kind of sound that you have there as a DJ, I can play it in the club, I can listen to it in the car, I can listen to it at home, and I think that just gives you more versatility. Was this a conscious decision for you to sound like this?
Well, like I was saying, it's not, I'm still finding my sound, funny enough, I'm still finding my sound. But my producers tell me like, hey Manze, you sound so well doing this. Just do what you're doing, just sing. Let's make a beat. And then that's how it is.
And your producers are So Fresh, huh?
So Fresh and Ihaji.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And do you feel any pressure to sound like what everybody else is sounding like? Because, you know, there's a dominant sound that we have in Kenya. And do you feel like, sometimes you're doing something and you're like, maybe I should have made it sound like that?
Oh, well, it's really hard for me to actually even do something else that I can't. But I think I have a banger coming up. So I think my next song is going to be a...
Like ile ya kutesa kabisa, ile ya club, yani mambo kabisa.
Yes, but still, I will keep it Mumbua. You will still feel that Mumbua vibe in it, yeah.
Where do you see the future of the industry going? Because, you know, for the longest time we've been saying, where is the Kenyan sound? Like where is this sound? And if you hear music from Nigeria, you hear music from, you know, West Africa, you can tell instantly that's from West Africa.
Yeah.
If you hear something from down south, South Africa, you know, down that side, you can tell immediately where the region where it's from. Kenya, East Africa, we sort of struggle with the sound. Do you think perhaps this could be the sound?
First of all, actually, I appreciate Gengeton as well, because the first time I went to the club, I used to boeka sana. Like, it's just Niger after Niger after Niger.
I did not play some man. Okay, Nigerian music is dope.
Yeah,
but
I
not
know,
all
but
Niger artists are dope.
But still, yani, it was a lot. It was
Yeah.
too, okay, we love Niger, but we just want to hear a bit of it, you know. But this Gengeton, you know, they have tried, because say when you go to a club,
It's
you will
dominating.
hear, you will hear our sound, our Kenyan sound. For me, I think Gengeton is part of our sound. And it should stick.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to a couple of artists who seem to think that Gengeton's time has come and it's no longer relevant.
Yeah, they keep saying that it is going to disappear. It's just a wave.
That all these guys sound the same, and you know.
And you know, but these people, these are our people. They are representing us. I saw a band in Nigeria called The Alternate. They had a whole set for the Gengeton. So it means like this is Manze, and these people are, this is our sound, Manze, and people out there are appreciating it. So it's better we start appreciating this sound, because it's actually a good sound. I don't see any, probably the lyrics sometimes, but you know, the sound is nice.
The sound is good.
Yeah.
How difficult has it been for you in your musical journey? Because a lot of people, you know, so this is the thing. A lot of young people, you know, you finish high school, you finish college, and the first thing most people want to do is they become a DJ, become a model, become an actor, something in the creative industry. How difficult is it for you to navigate? Do you feel like you've now found the ropes and your footing, or is it like a struggle?
Well, for me, I've decided it's music and fitness. Those are my two lives that I'm taking care of, that I am focused on. It's just music and fitness. So for me, I have, because I've been away for 5 years. Those 5 years I was doing other things. I tried the promo jobs, the super, zile za kuza super. I tried merchandising jobs. I tried sales jobs. But I was like, apana, there's still something I'm not doing that I really love. So for me, I just, in 2020, starting, I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start music, and I'm going to have my fitness life as well. So that's what I'm happy about it so far.
What kind of support system do you have around you? Because a lot of people who like decide to do music professionally, you know, either you did it because, you know, it's something that you're passionate about, but maybe your parents are not supporting you, your friends don't really support you, it's something that you're struggling to do on your own. What kind of support system do you have around you?
Well, I have family. My sister is here. My brother is here. They brought me. Those people really appreciate my music. They're the first ones to share my stuff once I post it. So for me, family first, and also, you know, I have friends. I have people like Kawira Africa who really support me. I have people who, my producers love my music. They love, you know, they love to support me. So yeah, even my video director, he's called Jani. That guy really gives it all. Sometimes we don't have a budget, you know, like he says, what do you have? Can we get a location for this match? Let's just do this for what we have. And he comes out with something amazing. And mtu akiniuliza, I'll say this one is, you know, 100,000 plus. But you see, yeah, I have just good people around me who really love me and love my music. And those are my number one support system. Also Team Mumbua, I have a Team Mumbua, yeah.
And so let me ask you this. Right now, there are a lot of artists who are out there. If I was to pair you with somebody for your next track, you know who I think you would sound really good with?
Hey, I would love to hear.
Masauti.
Oh! Wow.
I think your
Do you have his number?
Masauti is my boy. Let me just
name drop
here.
Okay, hook me up.
But Masauti is my guy. But Masauti, when he started off, did something really interesting called Swarenb, which was Swahili R&B.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so he was working with Ted Josiah at the time, and they were coming up with this kind of sound, and they called it Swarenb. And I was like, wow, Masauti has a fantastic voice. Is that somebody that you think that you could work with?
Wow, amazingly, yes.
Yeah?
Because even on my Instagram, I think I've written it Kenyan, I've written the Mumbua and then Kenyan girl. And then actually I've ever thought, hey, how can a collab between a Kenyan girl and a Kenyan boy be like?
Right.
Yeah, because him is a Kenyan boy. So I'm like, I wish I can get the chance. Masauti, okay, I don't know him personally, but I hope once things open up, we'll interact, we'll socialize, and I'll get to know these people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, and we have DJ D here. How could I forget DJ D?
Hey.
How?
Hi.
Mark, please. D amekuwa hapa mazi. She's been a fantastic guest for us.
I know.
I've been sorting out.
You've been sorting out?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. So, D, this is the Mumbua.
Hi.
Mumbua, this
Hi.
is DJ
nice
D.
music.
Hey.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
And you know,
It's
and I've been telling her that
Yeah?
the kind of sound that she has, you could, as a DJ, you can play it in the club, you can listen to it at home.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a DJ, like, you know, like, so this is coming from a DJ, somebody who will probably
Let's hear
pick,
some comments about
I know! So this is somebody who could, you know, pick your song and play it, play it in the club.
It's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It is. And you've been a DJ for a while, right?
Yeah.
So, like, how hard is it? Because we're talking about the difficulties of going into the industry, right? Like for her, I don't know, she seems to have a magic, like, you seem to have it down, like you got secret notes somewhere. But you don't look like you're struggling.
You need to tell us what you're doing.
No, because she started singing February this year.
Are you kidding me?
She already has 3 songs out, 3 videos.
Yeah.
And so I was asking her, what have you done?
What's the secret?
And what is your secret? Because
I've been here for a while.
You've been here for a while, but I mean, like for you starting out, was it, as a female DJ, you know, it's a very male-dominated space.
Yeah.
Yeah? So like, how did you crack that?
It wasn't easy, to be honest. It wasn't easy at all. But with time, people start to accept you here and there. You get a gig, referrals, and then for us, it's a bit easy because, I mean, we have entertainment almost every weekend.
Right.
Clubs, we play in clubs, so there are referrals and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how I actually, you know.
How difficult is it for you in that environment as a DJ? Because as a female DJ, because I'm thinking the guys must be, you know, like when I DJ, it used to be the girls who come up and say, "Oh, play for me, play for me, play for me." Is it the opposite with you? Like guys are just there at the booth all the time, like, "Hey, DJ D, son, yaji."
People think I'm a snob, first of all.
Is that something that you do on purpose to be like?
No, not really. I think I have a rude face. I try so hard not to have it. But funny enough, I actually have more female fans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you see when a female comes and tells you, "Oh my God, I love it," and you know that's really genuine.
True.
Yeah, when you come and tell me that, I'll be like,
what do you want?
Maybe you like me. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but funny enough, it's actually females who are. Okay. I have more female fans.
More female fans.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great. Mumbua, you have a song called Skiza. All right. Tell us about this.
It's a new song. It's like 1 week old. It's a song about, it's a song about relationships that have struggles, those relationships where you don't have anything, those relationships whereby you're far from each other and still trying to.
So, a long distance relationship.
Yeah. So, it's about those struggling relationships in terms of distance, in terms of finance, in terms of making it in life.
Yeah.
So, I'm just telling this guy, manze, tukienda pamoja, tutafika, namwambia tu sikiza nikueleze.
I like that. Well, we're still here with Mark. Mark, drink ya Mumbua imeisha. What do you have here?
Right now, I make for a different kind of drink. It's a spicy drink,
right?
Like the one she's having.
Okay. So first of all, what is this that you made for DJD?
It's called Chevroska. Basically, it has ingredients that you can get outside there.
Right.
It has dania.
That's dania.
Yeah, I could taste that.
It's got dania. Okay.
Yeah, it has lime and some other things inside.
Yeah. Did you just guess things?
You know, I like him. You're already my favorite mixologist because I love chili.
Okay.
Like I love chili, and it has chili. I was like, do you know me?
Okay, all right. So there's chili, there's dania. Did you just guess things and throw everything that you had here into that? Like, niko na pilipili, wacha niweke.
It matches the dress as well.
Oh, it matches the dress. Oh, all right. So this is Mark from Wimby Seafood, who's making us some fantastic drinks here and still mixing something. What are you going to make for Mumbua?
What does she like, basically?
What would you like? Like here, spoiled for choice.
I just liked this one, so I want to try a different one. I don't know what you're doing.
Surprise her.
Do the magic.
Yeah, surprise. do your magic. That's Mark from Wimby Seafood, who's here with us, making us these amazing drinks. And as he does that, I think we should listen to the song Skiza, because long distance relationships are something that, long distance could be you're in Mombasa and I'm in Nyeri.
It depends.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be you're laughing because.
Because it made sense that time for lockdown. That time for when the Nairobi was closed and it really made sense actually because people from Mombasa couldn't come to Nairobi. Okay. So if you had someone in Mombasa, of course that was total long distance.
Do you think long distance relationships work?
I don't think so. I'm laughing. I remember the meme where they said when you're in a long distance relationship, the one in Nairobi is cheating.
Okay.
It's always the one in Nairobi who's cheating.
Always.
Always the one in Nairobi. Yes, anywhere else, no.
Okay.
Who have spoiled Nairobi.
No, but it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. All right. So as Mark makes this drink for Mumbua, I think we need to listen to this song. It's Skiza, courtesy of Mumbua. And Mumbua, where can we get your music?
Oh yeah, it's on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube as The Mumbua.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just type The Mumbua. You will find my channel and please subscribe. I'm looking to get to 1,000. I'm now at 950, so 50 more to go. So I hope to get there. I'm also on Instagram as The Mumbua and on Facebook as Mumbua Doreen and also on Twitter as The Mumbua One.
Okay. Yeah. And DJD, I know you are going to do some live sets for us.
Yeah,
Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, all that. So how can we find you?
DJD, D-E-E-J-A-Y, not the DJ with the...
Okay, so D-E-E-J-A-Y.
D-I-I.
All right.
Yeah.
DJD.
In all classes.
Okay. So there you go. Thank you so much to our guests here this evening. And we're going to wind up Unplugged with the song Skiza, courtesy of the Mumbua. But thank you to DJD and of course thank you to the Mumbua for making time to come here on Unplugged. You can continue the conversation using the hashtag TheLoopK24 and we'll be back again with more on Unplugged and more on The Loop next Friday. Thank you so much, Mark, for the drinks.
Thank you.
I say we are not going anywhere. Good night.
Siku zinapita bila mimi kukuona.